Hi, welcome back to Baking with Josh and Ange.
Hi everybody! We are making the tastiest, cutest little dessert today. It's so cute.
I mean, it's like a work of art, really. I mean, you can really impress your friends and family with this one, I promise. And it's not too bad. It's not too hard.
Too hard?
No.
Not only does it look amazing, but it's super yummy. So Josh, what are we making today?
We are making baked apple roses.
Baked apple roses? What?
They are so good. So let's get started.
Let's get started.
Here's what you'll need to make the baked apple roses. 1 sheet puff pastry thawed. 1 to 2 medium red apples. 2 tablespoons lemon juice. 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. 1/4 cup melted butter. 1/4 cup cinnamon sugar. Egg wash. Powdered sugar for dusting.
All right, Josh, how do we get started?
All right, first thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 400 degrees.
I got that.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome, babe.
All right, so next you need to prepare the apples. Now, Ange, I already took care of this. So,
Woo!
yeah, it's pretty exciting, I know. But here's how you're gonna do it. First step you need to do with the apples is to core the apples. Cut the apples into paper-thin slices. Now, in a medium bowl, add the apple slices, the lemon juice, the cinnamon, and the nutmeg. Mix until all apple slices are coated nicely.
So I noticed on my side of the kitchen island, I have like the egg and flour and butter, and over on your side are the tasty apple slices. Did you do that on purpose?
I wonder why. I don't know if you remember our last apple video, but she kept stealing the apple pieces.
I'm not stealing them.
I just want to make sure there's enough for the dish before you have any.
I do really want one though.
You can have one. You can have one. There you go.
He gave me the smallest one. What's this thing?
This is a puff pastry sheet. Now you can buy these in your supermarket and they're frozen and they come in 2 sheets. So this is just one of the sheets that we're going to use for these apple roses.
I've never even heard of a puffed pastry sheet.
It's really good for this recipe because it comes out really nice and flaky.
All right. So, okay, let's do it.
All right. So before we roll out this puff pastry, we need to heat up the apples so they're nice and flexible.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Because you need them to be bendy to make the rose, right?
We're gonna roll these apples up, and if they're not flexible, they'll just break.
I can heat these up in the microwave.
Okay, well, you can, but we need to put them on a plate. So we need to put these in a single layer so they all heat evenly. All right?
Okay.
Line them up right next to each other. So we're gonna put these all on the plate, and then we'll heat them in the microwave for 1 minute. Look how pretty.
Look how pretty. Okay, my job.
All right, so you're gonna microwave them for 1 minute.
So our apples are out of the microwave, and as you can see now, they're very bendy. They're ready to be part of the rose. But here's a tip. You do want to cover them because you want them to stay warm and moist so that they don't dry out, right?
So they keep the flexibility.
They gotta keep the flexibility, you guys.
So we're just gonna cover these and set them aside until we're ready to create our apple roses.
That's right.
So we're gonna roll this out until it's a rectangle shape, about 12 by 9, and then we're going to cut it into 3 12 by 3 inch pieces.
So we make 3 roses.
Yep, 3 roses. That's why I have the ruler.
Ooh, sounds like a lot of math, guys. I'm getting a little nervous.
It's not that hard.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so we're going to lightly flour this surface, just like that.
Maybe I should put on my apron.
You should. And then we're gonna spread the flour around just so it doesn't stick. And then we'll gently unroll our puff pastry. So just put a little bit of flour on top, make sure it doesn't stick, a little bit on your rolling pin. And then we're just going to roll this long ways, because it's already 9 inches across, so we're gonna try and get another 3 inches long way, okay?
Okay.
So then we can measure and see where we're at. Oh yeah, we're good. We're totally good. So we're gonna take a sharp knife and we're going to measure 3 strips at 3 inches. So I'm gonna make a mark at 3 and at 6. We'll make sure these strips are nice and straight.
We did take this ruler out of our kids' crafting area, but we washed it.
I did wash it.
We washed it.
All right, we'll go ahead and put 2 of these to the side. I'm gonna do 1 apple rose, and then I'm gonna let Angela do 1.
Yay!
By herself. I'm not gonna help her at all.
Get ready.
Okay, so let me teach you how to make this apple rose. Take some melted butter, spread it on this puff pastry piece. Really easy. You can be pretty liberal with the butter.
I like that.
Yeah.
Be liberal with that butter. Okay,
All right.
What's next?
Next, cinnamon sugar. We're just gonna sprinkle the cinnamon sugar all over the butter.
I love anything with butter and cinnamon sugar.
I
It
know.
makes me so happy.
It's so good. Now, we're going to get our apples. Take these apple slices and I'm going to lay them down on the long edge of this puff pastry piece, about a 1/2 inch off the edge.
Okay.
Okay? And then we're going to overlap these.
All right, but you want it to hang off the puff pastry a little.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And you can just, just make sure you get the apple slices that are really nice and flexible. So now we have our apples set. The next step is we're going to fold this dough over the top of the apples, just very even, so the apples are still exposed.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so next we're going to use the egg wash. Now, the egg wash will make the puff pastry brown really nicely, but also it kind of sticks it together, so it'll stay together when it's cooking. You can be pretty liberal with this too. Similar to the butter, spread it on. I'm using like a little paintbrush, but you can use a spoon too if you have to. Now we're going to sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar again, because we love cinnamon sugar. You can skip this step if you don't want it as sweet.
But why would you?
I don't
it's
know.
so good.
So now we're gonna make the rows.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so very gently, you're gonna start rolling from one edge.
Oh my gosh, I feel like this
Here.
is when it could all fall apart for me.
This is it. So you just wanna kind of make sure that you're in a good line with your apples, okay? And so you wanna have one finger just kind of like hold the apples in place, and the other one to kind of like
guide it.
Okay?
Okay. Now I see why you want to get that pastry kind of over the apple with a little sticking out.
Exactly.
Because the apple forms the rose, but the pastry holds it.
Exactly.
Oh, it looks so pretty already. Oh, it really looks like a rose.
Yeah.
It looks so pretty.
And then when you get to the end, you just want to kind of stick it together
Yeah.
with your fingers, kind of smooth out the puff pastry
Okay.
so it sticks.
So that's what a little bit of the egg wash kind of helps it stick.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we're gonna put this apple rose into a 6-ounce ramekin. Now, if you don't have a 6-ounce ramekin, you can also use a muffin tin, like one of the deep muffin tins. They work great too.
All right, great.
So, but I think these look kind of pretty, and you can actually keep it in here if you want to.
Yeah,
for
you
serving,
can serve it in here, which looks nice.
if you want to. There should be a little space on the outside, but that gives it room to grow because it will puff up a little bit. You can take a little toothpick and right on the edge of where the puff pastry ends, you can stick the toothpick in so while it's baking, it won't separate.
Oh.
Okay? And that's just to make sure that it all stays together so the apples don't slide out or anything. So that's one. Look at that. Look how pretty that is.
It's already so pretty.
Right?
All right, you want me to put it in?
No, not yet. We're gonna wait for the rest of the other three.
Right, of course.
All right, so now it's Angela's turn to make an apple rose, all by herself. I'm not gonna help at all.
Okay.
Angela's here to prove that anyone can do this. All right, so let's see how she does. I'm so excited.
I don't know how I feel about
All
that.
right, here we go.
All right.
Do you need me to walk you through it?
No, I'm gonna do it all by myself.
Okay.
Okay.
That's enough.
Okay. You already, stop it. He's like, do you need me to walk you through it? He's like, that's enough flour. Let me do my own thing.
Okay.
Okay, now I take my puffed pastry strip.
Yep.
I put the melted butter on. La 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 la, melted butter. Now I sprinkle the cinnamon sugar.
Yep.
I know I put a lot. I put a lot.
No, that's
I
good.
put a lot.
That's good. It's all right.
Okay, now
it's your rose.
It's
Okay.
my rose, people. All right.
And do the apples.
And again, apple. Now just a little bit is gonna stick out like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Fold my little pastry over like
Yep.
that.
Exactly.
Now I have to paint it with my egg thing.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Now I roll it. No, cinnamon. More cinnamon sugar. More cinnamon. How could I forget, guys? Okay. Oh, I am so excited to eat this.
This is the intense part.
This is the part I'm really scared about because it could all
Make or
fall
break
apart.
here.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna start rolling.
And just make sure it's a kind of a loose roll. You don't want it to go too tight. Okay.
Okay,
'Cause then
loose
the apples
roll.
will pop out.
Loosey goosey, stay in there, apple.
It's okay.
Dang it. Oh no.
You got it.
Okay, I got it. I definitely see why you want to use the thin apple slices.
Yes.
For sure.
And also the heating of the apples makes a big
Look!
difference.
Look!
Oh, that looks great.
Look at that! Look at my rose. Okay.
Just plop it in there.
Plop it in. Oh, you guys, I did it!
I know.
I can't
She did
believe
it.
it.
It looks amazing. That looks so good. Look at
my
this.
rose.
Look at these.
How about that?
Oh my gosh. So now we're gonna make the third one and put them in the oven for 40 minutes at 400 degrees.
Woohoo! And then we're gonna eat them, and I can't wait.
Yum. All right, so the apple roses are done baking. So they come out and they're a little hot, so you want to let them cool for about 5 minutes before you remove them from the ramekin or from the muffin tin. You might need to take a small knife and just kind of cut around the edges before you release them, just if they get a little stuck to the side. But they should come out pretty nicely. So let's see if we did it.
Oh, it's so cute.
They come out looking like a little rose.
It's so cute.
Angela, yours turned out really good.
Thank you. Mine
Yeah.
is not as compact as Josh's. Maybe my rolling skills weren't quite as good. Mine is kind of like the rose that's like really blooming.
No, it's good. All right.
Okay.
So now that we released the roses, we're going to just finish them off by dusting them with a little bit of powdered sugar. And this is just the finishing touch that makes them look so spectacular. Look at that.
Oh, so fancy, you guys. It really looks fancy.
Yeah, it really does.
When do I get to eat it?
Now. Now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Go get a plate. So which one do you want?
I'll eat mine.
You eat yours?
You can eat the pretty one.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right.
How do you eat this?
I think you
just dig in.
You just dig in.
That was so good.
It's really good. And it's really good warm. So if you don't eat it right away, you can warm it up in the microwave. It might not be as flaky, or you can throw it back in the oven for, I don't know, about 5 minutes on 400 or something, and that should do the trick as well.
All right, we will see you next week. Thanks again for always stopping by. Really means a lot to us, and we love your comments. We love it when you tag us in your recipes and when in our merch. People are tagging us in the merch. It's really cute.
It's so cool, guys. So keep it up, and we'll keep baking for you.
And we have some really fun guests coming. I'm not gonna say who, but there's some favorites. Some of them are coming back. Some of them it's the first time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You never know who's gonna stop by.
You never know.
Thank you, Josh and Ange.
All right, have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Microwave, they are using the microwave. Bendy, you guys.
That's right.
Need to be
That's
bendy.
right. They'll be flexible, like in life. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right. Release the roses.
Release the roses from the ramekins. All right.
So now that we have, someone's missing Game of Thrones.
I am really missing Game of Thrones. I really am.
Oh.
I'm so sick. I put a really big thing in my mouth. Sorry.
That's what she said. No.
I'm out.
What?
I'm out.
She said it. I didn't say it.